Hello everybody, welcome to
Comic Gamer Movie Show.
And today, shall be reviewing...
The Predator. Well, Predator. Is it The Predator or Predator?
Just The Predator.
I think.
It's the remake of the 19...
because they have three movies called The Predator. The original Predator, and then another Predator came
Predator
out.
2, and then...
There was a Predator.
And then AVP was technically the third.
No, there was a movie called The Predator when they were like when it turns out the Predators were like kidnapping a bunch of people from Earth and taking them to a battlefield. No one saw that movie.
It sounds interesting, though.
Actually, I had fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, so.
They got fresh on Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, that one.
Really?
But we're talking about the one that's not fresh.
This one is a stinker. Okay.
Mark, tell me what you heard, the mixed reviews you heard. You saw what you told us.
The mixed reviews, they went from, God, I can't believe I saw this, to, it was not terrible.
And that's how we think about it.
Yeah, literally.
Stuff thinks it's bad, and I don't think it's terrible.
Yeah.
Like if you,
I'm not going to disagree with this.
Literally, that could have been a 1-minute review if we wanted to.
Yeah, but okay. Since this is one of the few times me and Deshaun actually disagree on a movie for once. It's one of the few times.
It's not a vast disagreement.
No, it's not.
It's the difference between being like, can I get a nickel and can I get a dime?
Pretty much. Nickel and diming, kind of. I mean, it wasn't so bad where I was like, I'm going to get my money back bad.
Yeah, it wasn't so bad where I was like
walk out the theater bed?
No, it wasn't that bad.
I was mad at Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah, that one pissed me off. So did Justice League in a lot of ways.
Last Jedi.
Only 10 minutes of the fight was good.
Like, I've had movies that pissed me off to the point where I was like, I wish I didn't even come see this.
Yeah.
This ain't one of them.
Nope, it's not. But, okay. The story... I'm just going to go into and say this. The story... I mean, it's not a spoiler. The story is so convoluted as all get out. Like, because you think it's going one way, then it turns out it's going this way, but then actually, no, it goes that way, but then no... Sorry, Batman, it's going that way. It literally flip-flops 4 different times to what it wants to do. First, they're saying, oh, they're hunters.
By the way...
And then they argue about the name Predator.
By the way, just let everyone know, the noise in the back is the air conditioner.
Yeah,
just let you know if you're wondering. Yeah, it's hot.
The Predator, not to be confused with Predators.
No, here's the thing. What really pissed me off about it...
it was Predators. Okay, never mind.
Anyway, but what really pissed me off about it, the first thing that really pissed me off was the fact that they were arguing about the name Predator. It was like, well, Predator's trying to survive. Isn't he more of the sportsman?
Well, they said, is he more a sportsman or a hunter since he hunts? Since he's a
trophy hunter,
trophy hunter.
But it's meant to be off the predator and the prey.
That's the whole point. That's why I was like, okay, that's cool. But then they were arguing about it. I was like, man, fuck you, man. Just leave it as it is. Predators, leave them as it is. Who cares? The other thing too is
I don't know, the entire first Predator movie. I don't think they ever call it a Predator. Do they call it a Predator?
I think they do. At least they name drop it once.
I'm about to say I feel like the movie just is called Predator and they just put a name to it for no reason.
In every single movie
granted though,
I don't remember them ever saying the word Predator.
Maybe I think they did, but at least once.
In every single movie.
All right, here's the thing. First off, here's the first plot. You think he's coming there to hunt, but then turns out he crashed there. I'm not going to say how he crashed, but he crash landed there, and you think he's on the hunt, right? Or he's trying to get away from something. But then it turns out that's not the case, and then he goes over here.
Well, I guess it technically is the case, sort of. He's trying to get away from something.
He's trying to get away from something, but that's the first story arc, the first storyline, and then it goes to another storyline, then it flops to another storyline. It literally, this movie has 4 different storylines going on at once.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so
it's confusing as all get out.
It's like Batman vs Superman.
No, that one was more setting up future movies that weren't even in
this
the
one kind of
did
try to set up future movies too, though.
Oh, at the end. No, the end it did.
The end it did, but the movie
was a big cliffhanger.
It was just a lot going on. It was a lot going on in this movie.
Yeah, but anyway, all right, let's get into the actual characters. First things first, I'm actually going to talk about this guy because I hate his guts. That villain. I don't even know the actor's name.
That is Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah.
Great actor. I
thought he was not... I didn't think he was good in this movie.
And if you're wondering who I'm talking about, it's Killmonger's dad in Black Panther.
Oh.
That actor.
T'Chaka.
Yeah.
Well, T'Chaka's brother.
Yeah, his brother, who he killed.
In this movie, I thought he was terrible.
Yeah.
He dropped the F-bomb.
He was really good in Black Panther.
I feel bad for him because the guy who directed... Shane Black directed this. Which Shane Black is... sometimes he's doing great. He made the Lethal Weapon movies. He made one of our favorite movies, that cop movie, The Nice Guys.
Yeah.
So that's
Sometimes
good.
he hits.
That's good Shane Black.
This is bad.
This is the other Shane Black.
But yeah, he wasn't very good. He kept dropping the F-bomb. Like, I mean, I
That's
don't
a Shane
mind
Black.
cursing.
That's a Shane
Fuck,
Black thing.
fuck,
That's a Shane Black. That's why I didn't hold it against him, the actor. I was like, that's a Shane Black thing. He loves doing that. He loves
Just
like
drop the F-bomb for no... Sometimes just for no reason. And I'm just like, oh, come on, really? Like I don't... Like, I knew he was a villain straight away. I knew... I literally... Like, it literally written on his face, villain. Written on his face. So I'm just like...
That's kind of thing that makes me laugh sometimes, just right out of nowhere. Fuck! I'm just like...
It's just stupid, though. But
it's funny. It wasn't noticeable at first. At first, you were like, okay, he's just trying to be badass, and then like he just kept going and going and going. You're just like, oh no, he really just like
he's
what?
just trying to be a dick for dick's sake at this point.
Pretty much.
He's not being like that bad... He's supposed to be the badass government secret guy, right? You're supposed to be that guy.
By the way...
Kind of like Amanda Waller or Nick Fury.
By the way, you don't recognize that actor?
Which
Supernatural. He was in Supernatural.
Wasn't there a huge controversy?
When?
Remember he turned to a vampire and
Oh,
he had
yeah.
to kill him? Yeah, I
do
remember when I
remember,
saw him. I
yep.
was like, oh yeah.
I remember him. But anyway, now the main character, the sniper, who actually snipes.
Yeah, he's a sniper. He's an actual sniper.
Yeah, I don't know his name. He looked like Ryan Gosling to me a little bit, but then Sean corrected me, and I was like, I don't know who he is.
His
I thought
name slips my... He was in Logan.
He was in Logan?
Yeah, he was in Logan. He was the guy with the robotic arm who was coming to steal her. Like, his
that
head guy coming out.
Oh, you mean...
I thought he was bad
Yeah.
too, in my opinion.
I thought he was okay. I didn't mind him. I thought he was okay.
He was to me. He was a stereotypical badass.
but he didn't do anything bad. Like
So
I understand
Dandy.
what you're saying, but he wasn't irritatingly
No,
like,
he was
out of the blue.
you're
Bag.
right,
That's
he
why I
wasn't.
couldn't be so harsh. I'm like, well, he didn't bother me. He was just, he's sure he was stereotypical, but it's not like it's, God, I'm tired of following this guy. I was like, yeah, he's stereotypical, but
I got that impression from the other characters. Him, I didn't really care
Stereotypical
about.
isn't bad if it's done right.
Maybe it's just stereotypical.
It was just stereotypical.
Yeah, it was not. It was like that's why I said.
badass sniper.
That's why I couldn't.
Fuck up
That's why.
everyone.
That's why I
That's
couldn't
kind of
really-
how it was.
That's
And
why I
was
couldn't
like,
take anything
can
away.
respect-
Well, to be fair, when he said "shut the fuck up," it was because he was about to go to a loony bin for the rest of his life for seeing something he shouldn't have saw.
Yeah.
So I could kind of understand why he was a little
unhinged.
on edge, a little tense.
Oh, there was a controversy for this movie. I do remember because there was a scene with the female. She was an Asian woman, and this one guy in the movie
That scene never made it in the movie.
because she didn't feel comfortable because she didn't know until after the fact that he was quote and ironically for the movie a predator.
Yeah, he's a child molester.
Well, he was.
Yeah.
No, it probably still is.
No, they cut that scene out the movie, and
Yeah,
he probably
this-
they
yeah, this
fired him
movie-
from the movie as it was coming out. Like he got no money on that. Like
Yeah, they
There's this thing
like they
which
went
is
through like
14-year-old
3
doesn't leave.
reshoots.
not
I
to
think.
tell though, but when you see that guy's face, you're like, yeah, he probably molested children.
The first time I saw him, I didn't think that. But when I heard it, I was like, oh.
Yeah. But anywho, moving
He's
on
also
to the
got
movie.
that weird predator voice too.
He
He
does.
does. He just
Doesn't
sounds
he?
like.
Doesn't he sound like the kind of
hey,
guy who?
kids, come and get candy.
He does.
Ah!
He does sound
just
like
when you hear his voice, it just sounds like. Anyway, well, we're getting off topic. All right, now I'm just gonna lump all these guys together because to me they're almost, like I said, they're almost like toy soldiers. The loony group.
I didn't mind the loons. I had fun with them.
The
Like for
loons.
whatever they called themselves, because
loons.
they all were on this
Bus.
because they all did shit that like war, like things that happened to
Yeah,
them,
they're war
PTSD,
criminals.
and like things that have happened to them. Like
One guy has Tourette's for no reason, which
No,
comes
no.
in handy at times for.
Well, no,
plot point.
they tell you every reason for why all of them have their things. He has to rescue. I think he was like the only I think he was like a part of a tank unit that blew up. And he was like the only one to survive it, and he's been fucked up ever since. Like they all have reasons for
I
being
can see
like
it.
fucked up and being the loons. But they do overplay the whole loon thing a little much. But I kind of like them because they did. I was telling Seth this. This movie does one thing good, one thing very good, which is. There's a lot of things that happen in horror movies where, like, someone explains something and everyone spends the half of the movie trying to be like, no, that can't be real. That can't be true. Or that can't be true. Or, no, or like, literally, that happens a bunch
he
of
tells
times.
people about the alien. He tells the loons about the alien. At first, they're laughing at him, and all of a sudden, as soon as they see something across the room, like,
Oh.
that's an alien. Yep.
But in any other horror movie, there'd have been like, there'd have been a whole bunch of people trying to come up with BS. They do it multiple times throughout the course of this movie, and I did appreciate that.
Yeah.
That they didn't fall into that trope.
The classic stupidity.
Yeah, the classic, like,
Or
you're
just,
trying to
like,
be
denial.
naive, denial. Like, no
Denial.
one did that. No
No
one
one
did
did
that.
that.
Every time that a moment happened, that it was like, dude, come on.
That's an alien.
They always worked together or did what they had to do.
Yeah, the Predators themselves, I don't know, to me, they seemed a little too CG to me. I don't
Well,
know, they
they
seemed
were
a little
all
too
CG.
fake. It was just like they. I
Not
was
like the real one.
Well, no, I mean, back in the '80s, they couldn't do CGI
Yeah,
that
they had
well back
costume.
then. That costume was handmade for that actor who piloted it. And this one, it seemed like they were way too CG. The props, like the armor and stuff, didn't look fake. Like the mask and shit didn't look fake, but the Predator himself looked really.
It's funny.
fake.
It's funny though. The Predator itself, like you could tell, like when it was in the armor, it's probably practical. The armor shit is all practical.
Yeah, the armor
real
was practical,
person.
but the actual Predator wasn't. Like there was no costume.
Well,
on
to
it.
be fair, the first Predator looked a little practical. The second one looked totally
he was
CG.
totally practical. Oh yeah, the second one was
really CG. The second one was really CG, but the first one, I could tell at times where they had the practical, and I could tell at times when they had the fake.
I mean, not only that. I mean, it's like it's not hard to do it for the costume for the Predator because the Predator's humanoid.
Yeah, well,
It's just his mouth.
yeah, it's
It's the mouth. But even then, in the first movie, they found a way around that because there's buttons. Like I found there was buttons inside the mask that allowed you to control
around.
the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but those days are over. Like,
Yeah.
people don't do that anymore. Like
It just
the
sucks,
days
though.
of
I
like
like
electronics and shit like that. I mean, all those guys are out of
But even
business.
so, you could. yeah, it's
So
true.
did he press the buttons with his chin or something?
No, he would use his. There were scenes. If funny enough, if you noticed, there were scenes where he would had his hands out like this, and sometimes he would twitch his fingers.
Oh,
It's a remote.
That's cool.
Or other times when his mouth would open up, his hands would be somewhere off camera, so you couldn't see what he was doing.
Movie magic.
Kind of. So it was like, and that was all practical.
That's actually impressive.
But people don't like to do that no more because one, it's expensive to do it practical. It really is, and like they find it, and it's easier to do it CGI because you can just do whatever you want.
I mean, like I said, the one movie I'll give credit for using CGI completely that didn't make me want to vomit was, even though it was an okay movie. It was Ready Player One. I thought it used the CGI pretty well in most cases.
Is that coming to Netflix soon?
I don't know.
I don't know, but let's get back to
The Predators themselves look a little fake. I bet that Super Predator definitely was fake.
Super
fake,
Predator.
fake,
Yeah,
fake.
look very CG heavy.
Very
What is a Super
CG heavy. The
What is a Super Predator?
Yeah, he is a super predator. I mean,
because
Super Predator.
he's a predator that's been exposed to a bunch of
apparently
DNA
he's a
over
predator.
the years.
He's a predator that tasked is to go hunt other predators.
Yep, pretty much.
So he's a
Like literally the predator that came to the planet first. Like he literally there's a scene in there. This is a minor spoiler, but it's not really that big of a spoiler. He literally bashes his face in.
Jesus.
Yeah, literally
And
he
rips
flips
his
him
head
over
off.
a car. He punches his face in, and then he rips his head off.
A single punch?
Yeah, boom.
with nothing, just
Like, and then his face was like collapsed in, and he was dead. I was like, well, damn.
It's a strong ass predator.
Yeah, but that predator was kind of an idiot for thinking he could fight him because he ran right at him like, "Arr!" I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
He didn't know he's a super predator.
How can you not? He's like 4 feet taller than you.
He's like 4 feet taller than you.
He's just a big guy.
Well, that big guy fucked him up.
Pretty much. But anyway, all right. Now I'm gonna get into my least favorite part about this movie was there was a kid in this movie, and I'm just gonna call him Asperger's because that's what they called him. That's what the bullies called him. So I'm just gonna call him Asperger's.
That's fucked up.
That is fucked up. I'm pretty sure I am 90. Okay, I'm gonna just put it out there. I'm not with Seth. I'm 99% sure that they just did that because there were asshole bullies who couldn't understand what was wrong with him, so they just
I know.
assumed it was Asperger's.
So I just
Well, Asperger's gives you a problem socializing.
no, it means you don't. You physically cannot feel empathy for anyone.
No, that's not what Asperger's is.
I'm
Yeah,
sure he
it's-
can. I think he can feel empathy for people. Bro.
It's your social skills fucking suck.
Well, it was weird. I don't know what the fuck it is because anytime he has his
I don't
loud
know.
voices,
Basically,
he freaks out.
can like. Basically, he's a photographic memory genius.
He has a photograph. Of
He somehow figures out how to work Predator tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He
Yeah.
just figures it out after a period of like maybe 10 minutes of like playing with it. He can just like figure out how it works. Like
If you
he
wanna
puts
be-
on the helmet, right?
Yeah.
He puts on the helmet and somehow the helmet activates.
Well, that trick was weird because apparently the helmet did it on its own, like that whole attack back thing. Like somebody threw something at the helmet.
yeah, well that part was by itself. He
Yeah.
didn't have anything
No,
to do
that
with
makes sense because that means the helmet.
Yeah,
itself
but
is-
here was the funny part is that like he went up to this house to say trick or treat to get the bullies away from him, and when no one answered the door, he walked away, and then this one asshole just throws a bottle at him, like get away, you little shit. Throws a bottle. It was pretty funny though. I'm not supposed to laugh at that.
Well, Asperger's that.
Yeah, he throws a glass bottle at him, hits him in the head. Well, in the helmet, hits him in the helmet, and then the plasma cannon comes out and blows up the house. It kills the dude.
Yeah.
And that scene is never talked about again.
I mean, I guess is that his fault? I mean, it's not like he shot the thing. It's just
Oh
like,
shit!
I
But that
mean,
kid's got to realize, I just killed a man.
What did he kill him? The helmet killed the man.
Does the kid even realize what just happened?
I mean,
Well,
I don't
yeah,
know.
I think he takes off and takes
I think he's got
stuff.
this weird thing with sound, where if there's anything loud, he kind of like just
He
does
dampens
weird.
it out.
Well, no, he's
Like
all
he
screwed.
moans and he's like fetal position moans like
But there's nothing else to
Because
say
the
about
blast-
this movie
that's
without
what-
spoiling
literally,
it.
like,
So let's
The
just
blast
give
was
our
loud.
Let's give our grade. I give this Predator I went up a grade for it because I realized it's not that bad.
Yeah,
I
it's
would
not-
never see this movie again.
No, it's not that bad. If you're into popcorn, if you're into
This,
nostalgia,
this isn't a popcorn movie, though, in my opinion. It's not.
I
It's
think-
at least a candy movie.
I think it has enough popcorn in it for
It's
it to be a
literally
popcorn
like
movie.
a drink.
Because a lot of the action sequences are really fun.
Yeah.
And if you're a fan of the Predator, you're gonna enjoy it. So
Oh, you gotta be a super fan of the Predator to enjoy this, in my opinion. You
Yeah,
gotta
no,
be like a
like-
diehard fan. I give this movie a 4.
I was thinking that's what you were gonna give it.
Below average.
I'm gonna give it a 5. Not much
Average.
higher than Seth, but I just think it's an okay movie.
Yeah.
It's not the worst movie I've seen. It's not the best movie I've seen. It's probably not. I'm probably gonna forget about it unless they make a sequel.
Like I said,
But
I'll never see this movie again.
It's not so bad that I'm fucking like, oh my god, what did I do? You know, I ate my popcorn.
Granted, I
got
wasn't
some
falling
joy.
asleep. That's
you
plus.
didn't fall asleep.
I didn't fall asleep.
I was paying attention through the whole movie. So I gotta give it that. So I'm giving it a
I did do
5.
that with the nun, though. That one I was falling asleep. But anyway, guys, so that's our... Now we're going to go into spoilers. Or we're going to do that separate video.
We're gonna do that separate video.
All right, so anyway, guys, thank you for joining us on.
Common Game Movie Show.
And please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of us in the future. And we shall see you...
On the next one!
Goodbye.